As soon as you hear these sirens, the first thing that comes to your mind is police. But if you listen closely, the main aspect lies in the way these police officers talk to the citizens.
Yes, sir.
And the credit for that goes to the way these police officers are trained in America.
The police don't come in as an army and, invade the citizens and tell them what they're going to do and you better stay in your house. We have now partnered with the community. There are our eyes and ears because we're not here 24 hours a day, on the beat. So we need citizens to give us good information, come to meetings so we can inform what kind of crime patterns there are. The citizens, they demand a lot and they have a right to demand it because we are a city service, and they have a right to feel safe in where they live.
Meet Commander Diane Groomes. She's the first woman commander of Washington Metropolitan Police Department's 1st District. And according to her, being a police officer is not as easy as it seems.
Well, you definitely want to have a good heart where you want to help others, because that's what this job is about. If you are looking to go into the field, you have to have good writing skills, good communication skills, so you can deal with other people, not if only just your race. So you have to know how to relate to others, be respectful. Also, you have to have some kind of physical capabilities, because you will, at one time you might be driving, 1 minute you might be jumping out of your car chasing somebody, so you have to keep in some kind of shape as well.
Yes, ma'am.
But American police has not always been so polite and courteous. What is the actual role of a police officer or the police department?
Well, big goal of the police department, of course, is to be professional. You cannot have community policing, nor can you have the trust of the community if you have officers out here beating people up, cussing people out. How would we ever form a relationship or able to talk to one another, which is our number one goal, if we act that way?
According to Commander Groomes, because of these positive changes within the police structure since 1991, there has been a 50% decline in the crime rate of Washington, D.C. But what is the role and the importance of field officers in the police force?
Well, field operations is the number one issue and technique of all police departments. Our patrol is our backbone of the department.
And the police department, they teach you about their ways of learning. And growing up in D.C., you learn about the streets in D.C. one way, so you put all this together, and that's what formulates.
And then we need to call out our location, dispatch, tell them exactly where we are, what we're doing, which would say a traffic stop. And then I'd say, I want to run a tag by you so I can see if they have any warrants on them or if there's any wants on the car or anything like that.
American police gives a lot of importance to first aid and securing of the crime scene, because without that, the evidence is lost forever.
The number one thing you do, of course, first aid to any victims, but 2 is secure the crime scene. Because like you said, it's that evidence that you have to collect so we can apprehend and get a suspect in that case. Because if you don't do it and you let people walk through it, you might never figure out who did some of these violent crimes.
If you look at it seriously, the life of a police officer is very strange. When he leaves home in the morning, he does not know if he will return home alive or not. Then why do police officers enjoy and love their work so much?
It's very satisfying, especially when you get those good cases, you catch that bad guy, a rapist, and you do send them to jail. You definitely always remember that. The best part of my job, I have met excellent citizens. To this day, citizens I've met 10 years ago are some of my closest friends to this day. Great allies, great support, and I get a lot of fulfillment from the job.
Besides training their own police commanders, officers, and agents, American police structure is also involved in training the police forces of other countries.
Well, what's good about D.C., I know that we have a lot of ride-along and exchange programs, because we've had people from across the world come on ride-alongs. They ride with us. They also have come to our training academy.
It is important to note here that all police officers risk their lives every day to serve and protect their fellow citizens. Now we are seeing more and more women joining the police force, says Commander Groomes, which is a very encouraging sign.
I think it's very important to have women in police work. We're a different face. Also, the population of women in this country is huge. I think we're great role models for other girls to join this field. It's a very satisfying job.
Times have changed now. And to be able to win the hearts and the minds of the citizens, the American police force had to change.
In America, we're not like a military force. We don't march around with huge guns. We wear a certain uniform that's more calming, not fatigues, and just have interaction. You don't have to be rude to get your point across. Sometimes if you're nicer, you can get more things done.
As the existing chief of police is also a woman, so when we asked Commander Groomes if there is a possibility that the next chief of police can be her, on that, she burst into a laughter.
I love where I'm at, so, and like I said, the department has treated me well. I really enjoy my job, and we'll see what happens.
Imran, Sidiqui, Voice of America, Washington.
21 years of being out here to help people out and some of the things I've been through, yeah, I think I earned this. If nothing else, I earned this.